So today, I created something very cool. My very first 3D printed project using Google's three-dimensional drafting program called SketchUp. I recreated the normal battery hold down that I use for my Wrestler. Drafted it inside of SketchUp. I'll show a picture of that now just for about a second. I asked the teacher to transfer it into the other file and send it to the 3D printer and print it out. Only took about 15 minutes to do, like about a quarter of that was warming the printer up because you have to melt the ink for it to flow smoothly. But yeah, that was a pretty cool creation. I don't know if I'm actually going to use this, but either way, it was mostly just an experiment to see the process of 3D printing and whatnot and how long it really takes and how much it'll cost. But still, nonetheless, very cool. I think I might make this a donation to somebody. My cat is going a little bit insane. He thinks there's something there when there absolutely is not. See what I mean? So I just brought my Slash 4x4 out for a run on the street because I haven't done so in a while, and the street was covered in complete ice. It was so slippery. So here, I'm going to show it to you. It's pretty compact snow, very wet. It's still not super cold outside, so it was alright to run just running 2S. But seriously, it took about like 20 seconds at least to get up to full speed because it was just so icy out there. Sometime in the near future, I'm probably gonna have to make a Slash 4x4 run video out in the snow because this thing's pretty cool. And this summer, not this summer, this winter, I plan on getting paddle tires, ripping around in snowbanks. That'll be a lot of fun. A lot of things planned for the future, but yeah. Hopefully I can make a run video soon, because it was pretty cool. Just like curling. And the reason why I love my shroud so much is that the inside is always perfectly clean after every run. No matter where. It's just perfect. I love this shroud. You do not know how happy I am right now. I thought I was never gonna come. But, let me close my door. Don't want to reveal my address. That was pretty stupid of me. Screwdriver set. I am like 99.99% sure that this is it. So let's get this open. I've been waiting for this package for at least a month and a half. So, yes, I was actually very surprised that this came. Just gonna rip it. It definitely is. Check that out. Ah. That is nice. Let's get this open. Right here, I have my titanium screwdriver set. And it is really cold because it's been waiting in the mailbox. Well, actually, no, it just arrived. But yeah, it's super cold. Right here, we got a 3.5 millimeter, 3 millimeter, 2 millimeter, and 1.5 millimeter. I'm going to test these out and see how good they work on screws. So I'm going to pull out some in just a second. My main concern is the use of pinion gear grub screws. So let's see how good the 1.5 fits in there. It wiggles back and forth a little bit, but I'm not overly concerned. And plus, there's a lot of crap inside this screw. Still though, very, very nice. Great fit in the hand and everything. It should also fit great in 2 millimeter screws because those are very common. This one's a little bit stripped, but otherwise it's a really good fit. Really good fit. If I remember to, I guess I'll link these down in the description on where I got them because they're pretty good quality for like only $13 US. So, yeah, pretty nice. Finally got a proper screwdriver set. I'm going to be using these screwdrivers for the first time by taking the SV3, or the Sidewinder, out of my Wrestler and putting it, where are you? Down here. putting it back in my Mini Revo because it is winter out, it's icy, and that's how it's going to be for the next at least 4 months, so might as well get this thing in action. It'll do a lot better than this will, because you can't really do speed runs on ice. Let's face it, it's nearly impossible.
This bittersweet heat is suffocating. I'm waiting and always hesitating. Kryptonite desires set my heart afire. Heart on fire. Set my heart afire.
Put it back together, so now I'm going to plug everything in. It's working perfect. Oh, there's some water. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's some water somewhere in there, but I guess I'm going to take it out for a rip now. Got it running again. Woo! Gonna be a lot of fun. So far, I'm really impressed with how these have done for me. After the, I guess, exchange between the Sidewinder and the Rustler, I really need to wake up the Rustler and the Mini Revo transferring the Sidewinder. Yeah, they did pretty well. I was able to tighten down the grub screw on the pinion gear pretty good, which is one of the things I like, because pinion gears used to slip on me way too much, so I've been just trying to get them more tight, and recently I've been stripping them, so hopefully after this I won't be stripping too many of them. And of course, eventually in the future, when these bits wear out, I will buy some really high quality ones, maybe MIPs, who knows, but that's the future. Let's talk about some more stuff. So today in woodworking class, I went over to Home Depot and got my lumber for my new desk project, so I'm going to be starting work on that tomorrow. Laying out where each of the boards are going to be placed, because there's a lot of knots in the 2x10s. It's just how the lumber is. It's not meant to be all nice and fancy, but I will work around it, believe me. I'm good at it. It's going to be done. And then the other thing would be that I'm 3D printing my own iPad case for in electronics class. So that's pretty fancy. I made my own little design to it. It's not that fancy though, but hey, whatever. It's not a super big deal to me. That's gonna be printed out possibly tomorrow or Friday, so I guess in this update you will see that when it's done. I've been meaning to get this green wire mesh installed on my Mini Revo for the longest time, but something was holding me back. The motor wires were way too long, and I eventually wanted to shorten them down. So today, that's what I ended up doing. As you can see, shorten the motor wires. Before, the way it was, the motor wires came out this side, went all the way around, and then plugged into here. Now I shortened them probably about, I don't know, maybe 6-7 inches. It's crazy long motor wires, but anyway, I managed. Did the soldering. Took me way longer than it should have, but yeah, now I'm going to do the upgrade for the green wire mesh. So for final notes of this update video, I'm really liking the screwdriver set. It's pretty darn nice for 18 bucks. I mean, of course, it took forever to arrive, but anyway, good screwdriver set. When I do end up doing a review on them, you're going to get a good review. And as for my desk, I am, you can see the lumber. Here we go. Focusing. So yeah, got the lumber thickness planed, and I'm ripping it right now, getting it to size. So that should be done before Christmas, hopefully. It's not going to be too much longer. I've already done the hardest part, which is figuring out how to work around the knots and everything. Got that done. And I guess now that's the end of this update for the week. Hopefully I'm able to post this because there's not much storage left on my iPad. I should probably end it right now. So I'll talk to you next week.